Hey there friends, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm gonna do this video uncut because I have found that trying to edit these videos definitely puts a damper into me putting out videos on this channel. So this video is gonna be just this video. So in today's video I want to share how my freelance writing business actually led me to a dream job and how you can also leverage the skills that you have into landing into a place that you want to land, that pays you well and that really fulfills your heart's desires. So if you've been following me on this channel, I've been talking a lot about freelance. I talk a lot about freelance writing, how to make money with your writing, and I've made income from freelance writing as well as writing and self-publishing books. And it's been quite good. I'm so grateful for every bit of income I've made from that, and I have definitely built up my skill, my writing skill, in this I want to say about 4 or 5 years that I've been writing actively. I actually started freelance writing in 2017 after I bought Holly Potter Johnson's course, which was a great course. I now also have my own course on freelance writing called The Right Society, where I show you step by step how to set up so that you can make your first $1,000 to $5,000 as a freelance writer per month. It's going to be in the comments below and in the description. You want to check that out. But anyway, I started freelance writing in 2017, and at the time it was on the side of my job as a postdoctoral scholar. Now I have a PhD in microbiology and immunology, and towards the end of my PhD I realized that I didn't want to be a research scientist. As lucrative as that profession is and as attractive and high sounding as it is, it's not something I saw myself doing in the long term. And so even going the step further to do a postdoc, which is really what that trains you for, in some ways was like putting myself in a difficult position, because to be honest, I struggled to go to work every single day. Going, even though I had a great boss, I had great colleagues, going to work every single day was a chore, right? And so one of the graces I had during that time was actually to start side hustles. And so at the beginning of 2017, I found freelance writing and jumped into it, and then very quickly started making about $1,000 a month writing on the side of my full-time job. And then in mid 2018, my postdoc came to an end, quite abruptly actually, because funding ran out and now I was out of a job. But thankfully I had been freelance writing, and I was able to transition really quickly into doing that on a full-time basis. It allowed me to be around for my young son. It gave me a lot of flexibility. It did so much for me, and throughout that time I learned how to pitch clients, how to create work that made clients happy, how to write SEO blog posts, how to take a blog. My clients, I took her blog from complete zero. She had just started the blog to now getting 2,000, 3,000 visits per month from SEO, from search engines alone. So I learned so many skills whilst I was freelance writing. And that's one of the things about freelance writing. There's a video I did on skills that will really help you as a writer, or help you get paid as a writer. You can check that out here. I'll leave it in the description as well. Great. I think it's a great video, and I think that if you plan on making money with your writing, right, you should not stay in one spot and just say, okay, this is what I know how to write, I'm going to stick with it. You should strive to get 1% better every day. Strive to find a new book, a new course, some videos. Like, that's why I make these videos. Something that informs your writing and informs your craft and your skill, because over those years I learned how to write. I had already been blogging for a while, but I really learned how to write blog posts correctly. I really learned a really, really how to search engine optimize blog posts. I really learned how to look for keywords that were not competitive, that will allow my clients' blog posts to rank in search engines, right? And by doing that, I had built this amazing skill, and I didn't even realize how amazing it was. But when I began to see the results it was generating for my clients, I was like, wow, this is amazing. So fast forward to the end of 2020, around October, and we all know what 2020 entailed. The whole of 2020, I had been freelance writing as well as adjunct teaching at a community college close by. And I saw a position advertised on LinkedIn, and it sounded like my dream position. So all this while, when I was freelance writing, most of my clients were in the healthcare space and in the scientific space, because that's my background. My background is in healthcare and science. And so that's what I know and that's what I understand. And so I chose that as a niche to write in, and I thrived. And there was this job that was advertised for a writer position in an agency. It's an integrated marketing agency, which means this agency does paid media, which is paid advertising. They do public relations. They do content development for larger than life health and life science companies. And so I saw this role advertised for a content writer. And of course, all the skills that I had built in the almost 4 years of freelance writing were all skills that were on here. SEO, writing blog posts, creating social media content, knowing how to write engaging content, right? Content that makes people pulls people in, educates people, so on and so forth. So I saw this role, and you also had to have a scientific background, and it was just the perfect fit. I've been working in this role for 3 months now. I've been working in this role since January of 2021. Which is one of the other reasons why you don't see me on this channel as often, but that's a whole other story. And I applied for the role and I landed the role. Now I remember that when I applied for the role, the lady that is now my boss just said to me, wow, you are such a great fit for this role. You have all these skills, and I see that you've been a freelance writer. And for her, that was a really valuable thing on my resume, because she herself had been a freelance writer before she had landed this role. She was in as the director of content, right? And so as she was looking at it, she was like, I love the skills that you bring as a freelancer. And here's something. As freelancers, you are a self-starter, right? Nobody is on your neck to get your work done, but if you don't get your work done, you ain't getting paid. So you get that work done, and that's what one of the things she was looking for. She was really looking for somebody that was a self-starter, somebody that was self-motivated. So one of the things that you learn as a freelancer is how to be self-motivated, and how to, in the midst of difficulty, in the midst of things looking bleak, still move on and still push. I'm telling you, freelancing and entrepreneurship has really, really taught me this. And so that was a very attractive quality that I had. And I'm grateful for that, and she was grateful for that. Another thing that you learn as a freelancer, of course, is all the skills that I've mentioned, which add on to your resume. And also another thing is that it's not just enough to have all these skills of writing, but when you also have results to share, right? I shared with you earlier that I was able to take a blog from 0 visitors to getting just from search engines, getting 2,000, 3,000 visits from search engines. Some of the blog posts that I have written, actually multiple of the blog posts I've written for this particular blog, are on page 1 of Google. And I don't say any of this to brag. I just say this to say that it is possible for you to go from zero, to learn skills, to get results for others, and to translate that into, in my case, a role that you always thought was a dream role, you never even thought existed, but then all of a sudden one day on LinkedIn it exists, you apply for it and you get it. And it's been 3 months in, and I'm so grateful for this opportunity to work with this agency. And hopefully I get to share more of that on this channel. So that's how my freelance career actually helped me land a full-time job that was a dream role. Because trust me, at a point, right, I was applying for all these other jobs in academia, and I already told you I didn't really want to become a research scientist, but I thought that was the only thing I could do. So I kept applying for those things. But I got to a place where I was like, you know what, G, if the job you're applying for does not make your heart sing, maybe you shouldn't apply for it, because you're just going to perpetuate being miserable like you had been miserable before. So maybe you're watching this video and you're in a place where it's tough and you feel like things are miserable all around you, like how I was feeling when I was in my postdoc. I'm going to challenge you to look for something that you can hold on to that brings you joy. Content creation brings me joy. Being able to write content that ranks on page 1 of Google, that brings me joy. Being able to put my thoughts and the processes that I have learned and developed into books and sell those, that brings me joy. And I'm so grateful that I was able to do that and so have a place in my life where there was joy. And maybe that's what you're going to need to do, is find a place in your life, because I know not everybody can just up and quit their jobs. It's not feasible for most people, and I don't necessarily recommend it, right? But you can definitely find something that you can hold on to that gives you joy. And you never know. It could be photography, it could be writing, it could be making videos on YouTube. That thing could become the thing that pays you so well that every morning you wake up looking forward to your day, because you're actually doing work, but it doesn't feel like work because you love it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on this video. Actually, let me know your comments below. Where are you in your life? Are you in a place where you don't really not like your job and you would like to quit? Or maybe you love your job but you'd still like to quit? Let me know in the comments below.